Hello. So on my mind is like the effects of art and culture. So yesterday when I was reviewing Battle LA, uh, by the way, it's yesterday I kept saying like Battlefield LA, and I don't know, accidentally I might still say it, but it's only because it flows better, and I saw the trailer for the game Battlefield 3, and that's kind of been stuck in my mind. Just the name, it kind of flows better. Battlefield 3, Battlefield LA, I mean, whatever. Uh, but when reviewing it, this other movie kept popping up in my mind, Shenandoah. It's made in the 50s or 60s, somewhere in there. Um, it stars Jimmy Stewart. Really good movie. Would recommend it to like anyone. Uh, the two movies have nothing in common other than like one little thing, and that's like the topic of war. Um, just like warfare. Uh, no, it's not like a political thing or anything like that. But you know, one glorifies war through like it's through the perception of these soldiers, right? Their viewpoint. The other one kind of just has these strong themes of individuality and like the nature of war, like the destructive nature of war. Um, it pretty much ends right there. Similarities, just like warfare. But after that, I'm only using these two movies as an example for the contemporary and then like the preceding. Uh, but you can kind of notice like this gap. There's like this gap between the two. Like it's 50 years apart. But most movies today they kind of glorify war in one way or another. I mean, you can make the argument and say, hey man, there's like more anti-war movies now than ever. But there's it's they're more like political and stuff like that. They're more anti-Iraq than they are against the notion of war. So like for Jarhead, Hurt Locker, Stop Loss, Redacted, they're more like anti-Iraq than like against the notion of war. Because people are still like pretty into that shit. You know what I mean? They go crazy for that. Um, like Saving Private Ryan, 300, Lord of the Rings. There's like all these movies like they just have this the way they're lit up, the way the music, like the loud music, the score. They give like these big speeches before like a big battle. It's just people love that shit. They eat it up. So nothing against it. Just saying like it's the context, right? Like this is my theory. Like so like today we're like always in war, right? Like when's the last time we hear that we're not in war? There's not like some kind of you know some kind of thing going on, right? It's kind of like I have it's just kind of seeping through the way I see it into the culture, right? Where it's just like a regular thing. I mean, look at doesn't have to be just movies. Look at video games, right? Where Call of Duty, Medal of Honor, Halo, all the big ones, right? They they present violence through warfare. Like that's like the gameplay is like you're in war and you're like shooting and stuff like that. For the majority, not all. But that's kind of doesn't even have to be. I'm just talking about perspective in a context. It doesn't have to be war. Think about romance, comedy, horror. Um, it's kind of like it's interesting, right? I mean, what's funny today ain't so funny back then, and vice versa. Uh, Racial jokes today and yesterday are like way different, um, just you know stuff, romance. You know what I mean? Like what was uh, relationships like in the 50s to like relationships today are different. At least the way I see it, they're pretty different. Um, so just this whole context deal, right? So and it kind of got me thinking, how much does the culture, this kind of chicken and the egg type question, how much does culture affect art, and how much does art affect culture? Um, you know, which one affects uh, which one affects the other more? Um, does the artist like just because like if the if the artist makes something uh, that kind of gets to the public, right? It kind of changes their perception of things, right? Um, like when I saw what I won't get into it, but like there's stuff that you've probably seen that have changed your views on a certain subject, right? Uh, I wonder if that I mean it has to, right? It has to go work the other way around. There has to be something that artist saw, right? The auteur, something had to influence him. He didn't just she, both didn't get to where they were, just like that, right? They had to perceive something that changed their views. So I'm kind of curious, like which one, kind of, is it like this, is it this kind of like cycle? It kind of feeds itself. Like now with the internet, it's just like it's crazy. Like it's just going at this crazy, insane speed. So I don't know. I guess I'm before I ramble, I'm just like asking, does our culture affect the art or the other way around? What do you guys think? I don't know. It's really interesting, I think.